Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about harvesting marigold seeds. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about when to harvest, how to make it nice and quick and simple for you, and how to store the seeds so that you can have even more marigolds again year after year after year without paying a dime for those seeds. So let me get right to it. Thanks so much for watching. So here are my lovely marigolds. I've got a whole bunch in these long pots right here. I grew these from seed, and now we're going to collect seed and have even more marigolds next year. So let's show you what we're looking for. So obviously we've got our beautiful bloom right here. We've got lots of those still coming along. And then behind it, you can see we've got a bud. So this is the bud. So this flower has not yet bloomed, so that will be coming soon. We've got this one here, which has passed, but we're going to look for the ones that are more dry and crispy. So this is what we're looking for. See how the base of the flower is a little bit brown, kind of papery, more dry, kind of crispy flower heads that have dried right on the plant. So see how the base of the flower here is still green? That's when we know it's not quite ready for us. It's still developing its seeds. So we're going to let it dry out naturally on the plant. We'll come back in maybe a week or so and then collect these ones later. So let's take a look inside the flower. So the seeds are going to be actually down here in the base of the flower. The petals are actually holding on to these little seeds. So these are not developed yet. So that's why we want to make sure that we're waiting until the seeds naturally develop on the plant. See how they're all white? Those seeds are not ready for us. They need to be black and nice and dry, and I'll show you that next. This one back here is perfect. It's really dry, it's crispy, it's crunchy. It just comes right off like that. So here is our dried flower head. Now what I like to do is just squeeze the bottom, squeeze the base, and then you just kind of rub these off and all the petals come off. We're outside, so I'm just gonna let these go. And then inside here, got a couple more. Inside here, this is where all the seeds are. So I just peel this open and there we go. We've got all these seeds. Isn't that amazing? Each flower head will hold about 30 to 35 seeds. So you don't need a lot of flowers or a lot of dried flowers to actually produce so many more. So it's really quite exciting what you can do the following year after you collect these from the first year. So I'm going to put my seeds in this bowl here just to make sure I can see what I'm working with. And then when I'm all done, I'll put them into a container that will be good for the amount of seeds that I have, which I think I'm going to have quite a few here after this little harvest. So here is a nice, really dry one. So I'm going to collect all the ones that look just like this, nice and super dry and crispy. Here are two more. Just going to grab this, kind of snap it off. And then this one here. Just snap it right off. And there we go. And if you don't like the look of these guys kind of sticking up like this, no worries. You can just come back and snip these down with a pair of scissors if you like, or that can be part of your plan from the start. You can just snip them off back down there, and then you can remove the seeds from the seed head. Some people will come and collect the seeds as soon as the flowers pass. So right at this stage here or back here, but you can see that there's still green here underneath the flower and in the stem there. Those seeds are not quite ready yet. So I like to leave them on the plant as long as possible because then it's pulling in all the energy it needs to really develop those seeds well, just as nature has intended, and they develop naturally on the plant itself. Some people will collect the seed heads at this green stage, put them in a box or put them in a paper bag, and then let them develop in this dry, kind of dark environment. If that works for you, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you've tried this before and that's your surefire method. But I personally like to let Mother Nature run its course and produce the seeds naturally on the plant rather than hoping that they develop in a box somewhere inside my house. So let me know in the comments below which method you prefer and what works best for you. This little patch here is going to give me so many more flowers next year. I'm so excited. One of these flowers is each going to give me about 30 to 35 seeds. So just imagine how many more flowers I'm going to be able to have next year. Let's just say that this year I planted 10 seeds and got marigolds from each of those plants. I would have at least one bloom on each of those plants. For each of those, I would get at least 30 to 35 seeds, meaning I would have at least 300 to 350 seeds alone, only if each one had one flower each. So just imagine how many seeds you can get from your flowers this year to save for next year. It is exponential. We're going to have tons of marigolds after doing this, and we will never spend a penny on seeds again. So here's a really good one. This is nice and dry, very crispy. Listen, you can even hear it kind of crinkling. And if I just kind of bend it backwards, I'll get it right in my hand. All right, let's go through and get all these dried seed heads, and then I'll show you how to take all the seeds out. So this is what I have from this little harvest, and I'll just keep on coming back to the plant again and again, pulling off the faded blooms and adding the seeds to my collection before the winter comes. So now I'm going to clean all the seeds. So I'm going to hold on to the base of the flower, kind of squeeze that, and then rub and twist off all the petals. I'm going to toss those into the grass. Goodbye. And then I'm left with the seeds. Now I find that it's kind of easy to just put them upside down and just rub it with your fingers, and they'll all fall out into the bowl. And then you're left here with the casing, and I can toss that into the grass too. So there's all the seeds from that one flower, and now we'll do the rest. Look at all these. Isn't that incredible? Oh my goodness. I have so many here, and I had a whole bunch from a previous little harvest, and I'm going to add them all into my little mason jar that I have over here. So here's a close-up of the seeds. The seeds are actually the black part down here, and then this white part is actually where the seed is connected to the petal. So it can come off, but you really don't have to remove it. You can just leave those on while you store them. You can plant them with it. It's really not going to cause a problem at all, but you can just kind of tug at them and off these little bits will come. But I definitely will not be doing that, and I'll be storing them with those little pieces on, because I definitely am not going to be meticulously removing each one. Okay, so I'm just going to add them to this little mason jar that I have over here. They're going to go in there, and then I have this little silica gel packet, which I'm just going to stick in there to make sure it doesn't get moldy at all and it stays nice and dry. So I'm going to keep them in this little jar I've got here over the winter. I'm going to keep adding to it throughout the whole growing season, and then I'm going to seal it up. It's got its silica gel in there to keep it nice and dry, and I'll pull it out again in the springtime and be able to have tons of more marigolds and be able to share a whole bunch of seeds with friends as well. Marigolds are a great plant in the garden. They're super easy to grow. They bring lots of punches of color to the garden. They keep the bunnies away, and they're very easy to propagate by seed. So that's why we're doing this here today. We're learning this technique so you never need to buy another marigold seed again. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found the video interesting and helpful. If I missed anything, if you have extra tips to share, please be sure to add those in the comment section below so we can all learn from each other. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more gardening tips and lots of gardening adventures along the way. Thanks again, and happy gardening.